I guess I guess it's recording already. Hi guys, how are you? Hope you're doing well. I'm gonna start in just a second. I'm gonna be setting up BTC. Let me write it here because like people don't understand what I'm trying to do here. Or maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm gonna set there you go. Well, I'm doing what I have to do. Okay, perfect. Let me. I'm trying to share my link and stuff. I'm gonna start in just a second. I'm gonna start off on the monthly chart, okay? Please let me know if you can hear me. If you're not, you can. If you don't tell me, it's okay. I gotta get upset. YouTube's not working. I hope you guys are getting the stream right though. All right, so I'm Awakened Soul, and I just got into the charts. Not really. I did them earlier, but I just wanna show you what I do, how I visualize the charts. First and most, I think it's important to understand that this is a energy, okay? Just like the universe is full of energy. You have to understand that there's a flow to everything, okay? And if you're here understanding that, you're gonna have a better understanding of the charts. The charts flow, the charts go with the flow, okay? So understand that you have no control over them. They're gonna do whatever they want to do. All you could do is draw and use your knowledge, your techniques to figure out where she's going next. There we go. Okay. Okay, let me go ahead and share it. I haven't even shared it. Hold on. Share it. Okay. I'm sharing my screen. I'm so bad at this. Sorry. Okay. Okay, I'll get it together. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna start in just a second. I'm just sharing it. Just sharing it, sharing it. Okay. So I think it's share. I think I'm good now. Alright, let's do this. Alright, guys. So I'm Awakened Soul. If you don't know who I am, I want you to know who I am. Okay, I'm an educator. I'm gonna teach you how I view the charts. I want you to understand that everything's energy and the universe is full of energy. If we just hide the wicks, what do we see? A flow state, right? So it's important as a trader to understand that the way we set our trades up is based on the flow, on wherever she is taking us. Okay, so the first thing you want to come in is on your monthly. Okay, no expectations, no emotions. What do you see? In our monthly, I want you to and try to use the index chart. The index chart is great. This is gonna give you great history. Another great tool is down here on the right side. You have a log scale. Make sure you put it under the log scale. Okay, so I use index, log scale on. Let's begin. Please ask me anything. I'll chart it here if you want to ask me. Ask me anything. Okay, So some people don't want to take the time to understand the charts and they just want to go in there and just trade, and that's fine, and wish you the best luck, but you have to understand the charts. You have to respect them. You have to understand it's a supply and demand game. So just really brief on the monthly, I said a beautiful trend line, right? What am I seeing? I'm seeing support over the 1226 EMAs. Now I see price action breaking the monthly trend line, and I see a back test, and I see a retrace. Okay, so now on my monthly, I'm going to go ahead and get a monthly target. If you know, you know, right? Uno, dos. One touch, two touches, right? And it's just something that I can't not unsee. It's something that is there. On my week, I'm also on my monthly, I'm going to set a monthly resistance trend line. If you're having a hard time finding it, go ahead and turn on your pivot highs, pivot lows. Great indicator. I recommend everyone using it. It gives you exact price action. So on my monthly, we were in the monthly, right? It's a rinse and repeat game. So what are we doing? We're setting trend lines. We set a support trend line. Now we're setting a resistance trend line, right? One touch, two touches, right? We can't count the weekly candle the monthly candle that's live now. We want to count the previous monthly candle because we don't know where it's going to close yet. So in my monthly, right, just like we got a bearish target, we have to get a bullish target. It's important for you to understand as a technical analyst that it's not going to do what you want it to do. It's going to do what it wants to do. So if it wants to go up, it's going to go up. If it wants to come down, it's going to come down. So always be ready for both scenarios. I'm going to turn on my supply and demand at the monthly. So within my monthly time frame, I want to know where the supply, where the demand is. This is a supply and demand game. You need to understand that. So understand where your supply and demand zones are. Sometimes I hide the wicks just to give me a beautiful. So I'm just going to go ahead and highlight it for me to understand. So this is my demand zones in red. Right? And I'm going to have supply. Oops, I don't like this one. This is my supply. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Okay, let's turn on the wicks back. Let's go to our weekly. So, we forgot. What did we forget on the monthly? We forgot a range. It's so important to have a range, guys. So not only do you have your trend lines, you have your targets. What is your range? And just because if you're here, you learned it. The best range you could do is grab the wick prior to the close wick. So the previous candle, whatever time frame you are working on, okay, turn on your magnet, set your range. What this is going to tell you automatically is that price action, so the range is going to be your resistance, your support. And what this is going to tell you is that price action already broke monthly support. It's so beautiful. Just by 2 lines. So what I'm going to do is use this previous support because we did cross the monthly support. That makes sense. So price action crossed it. So now I want to go to my weekly, right? And we're going to get ready to set for a trade, but everything takes time. You have to be patient with her. You have to be at peace with her. You have to understand, for all traders that are new out there, this is a compound game. You're not going to become a millionaire overnight. You're going to become a millionaire by working hard, by setting up a perfect trade, and for you to take that beautiful trade every day. That's how you're going to become wealthy and free in this game, right? So on the weekly, now I'm on my weekly. What are we going to do? Same thing that we did in our monthly, right? We're going to check our supply and demand. So let me go ahead and just highlight it for my own knowledge. So that's going to be my supply. Another observation I want to make, and I don't care much of what's happened in the past, right? As much as I do of what's happening right now in present moment. So without any indicators, without any wicks, just take it all in. You need to know where you're at in the chart just by knowing your colors. So we understand gray is burgundy, okay? So we understand this is our monthly time frame. So right now we understand that this is supply, right? Our red is supply. We understand that this is demand. The greens are demand. We understand that this is a price action is above monthly range, right? At our weekly, right? So those are the observations that you want to make as a technical analyst as you're coming in, as you're zooming in to price action. So now that I am in my weekly, what are we going to do to set up our trade? I should keep it here. Maybe I keep, let me see. I think that's, okay. So people are like, what is she doing? If you scroll by, you know I'm setting up for my next trade. Okay. So we're in our weekly time frame. Okay. Like I said, take it all in, just relax. Where are you at in the chart? What is she doing? So on our weekly time frame, we're gonna do rinse and repeat. We're gonna use the weekly candle, okay? And we're gonna set our range just based on the weekly candle. So our high is gonna be, and weeklies are orange. Our high will be at 28,264, and this is gonna be our low. Okay, now we have our weekly range. So what is price action telling you? Price action is telling us that it's under the weekly resistance, above weekly support, above monthly support. Okay, really important. So now that I have my range, let's set some trend lines. I'm a trend line girl, so let's set my trend lines. I like to use the higher high, lower low indicator. And this is just gonna guide me, help me. Let me see. Right, and it's a visual. It's a visual. Understanding market structure is key. You have to understand there's highs, there's lows. So on our weekly time frame, what is the charts telling you? Nobody cares about our emotions. Nobody cares about your emotions. Okay? It's not about what you feel. It's not about what you think. What are the charts telling you? On the weekly, we're going to set some ranges. Some trend lines. We have our weekly range. I'm going to go ahead and set a weekly resistance trend line. And sometimes they will overlap, but it's okay. It's for my eyes. I want to know. Oh, actually, I can use this one because that wick is not closed completely. So I'm going to maintain the monthly resistance trend line. Good observation right there from me. So this is going to be my weekly support. So what's our targets, right? So we have range, we have trend lines. Before we get our target though, on my weekly time frame, I do want to check my supply and demand again. Right, make sure you mark it. Your supply is at 25, your demand is around 28, and they're just magnets. They're levels where price action will gravitate to. At the same time, when I'm in my monthly, right, I want to check my levels. Oh my god, I just found this. Okay, Trader XO something. He's on YouTube. He's an amazing guy. I love his TA. But anyways, I grabbed this from him. So this represents, and the daily I'm going to change to pink just because I am using a white background. So pretty much what it represents is just like it states here, the monthly open, the weekly open, and the daily open. So what this is going to tell me is going to tell me that there's support and resistance. So I'm going to use those dots as support and resistance, okay? So we're going to go on my weekly time frame here. And I'm going to highlight key supports, key resistance. I was like, but how do you take a trade? I'm getting there, guys. I'm getting there. This is the stuff that I do. Okay, and if you don't want to take this time to understand your charts, it's important. It's important, really is. So I'm just highlighting the monthly. Where's price action? Resistance, support, resistance. Right, resistance. Right, a lot of resistance here. Another monthly. So when I see 3 in a row, that's good enough for me to get me some resistance. That's pretty good. Okay, and now we're in our weekly. Do we see what else do we see? Do we see weekly resistance? Probably. I like to mark the weekly and the daily though, if that makes sense. So I'm on my weekly. I like to mark the monthly. Okay. So on my weekly, I have my trend lines. I have my resistance. What am I missing, guys? I feel like I'm missing something. I check my supply, my demand. My point of control, we could check point of control. Let's see what PLC is doing. Point of control, let's just pull it. Let's see where it's going here. I have to edit this because I was using a black screen before. And I got upset to there we go. So it's not telling me anything about price action. So I'm going to continue my assessment of the charts, right? We know where we're at. We know the possibilities. We understand that the weekly is giving us a high, a low. We're in between. So from this point on, we should know just market structure, right? We're either going to break, right? That would be our next. Or we're going to come down. And this is going to be our next play, right? Let's not overthink. Let's just keep it here. Let's keep it simple. Let's keep it clean because this is the weekly. What's going to happen when you have a weekly target? A weekly target is going to take approximately a month or two to play out. Okay, so if you want to be waiting a month or two for your next game, go ahead. You should stop here. Now let's move to the daily. The daily time frame, the daily setups are going to be mostly, oh, actually, I should save that for my Discord. If you're not part of my Discord, you should be. I'm amazing. Actually, this is a really good setup. I'm going to share this with my community. Give me 1 second. I like it. Okay. So we're going to go on the daily. So it's just good to understand the next possibilities. Now we're going to go on the daily. Okay, on the daily, I like to turn on my 1226 EMAs. I want to know if we're in a bullish or in a bearish trend. The daily is pretty strong, powerful when it comes to the 1226 EMAs. Those are the EMAs I use. So technically, we're still in a bearish trend, and it's important for you to see that. On the daily, we are still in a bearish trend. Now we're in my daily here. I do want to pull out the POC on my daily, right? Focusing on this contraction phase and only on this contraction phase. What is this zone doing? What can I learn about this zone? So what's our POC telling us? right? The charts are speaking to us. We just gotta listen. So this is resistance here. So the charts are telling us that it hit major resistance here, right? Right now on the daily. In market, day POC. Okay. We know our monthly supports. What else am I gonna look for? I'm gonna look for my weekly now, right? My weekly supports and resistance here. So we have a lot of green dots here. So this is major weekly support. This is going to be a zone here. Right, I'm using a lot of support here. So I'm using that as confluence. Okay. Turn on my wicks. I don't know. I won't move it exactly where it's supposed to be. Sorry, I'm pretty precise about my charts. I love my charts, but it has to be perfect. Everything has to be perfect. It's funny because nobody wants to learn because the markets are going up. Once the markets crash and it's like bear market, nobody knows how to short. Everybody wants to learn. Just saying. That's where that's when I'm gonna be taking my vacation. Oh man, this is funny. Okay, we're in our daily. So what did we learn so far? We learned that POC is major resistance. Okay, let's check out my market structure too. Let's check out our highs and lows. What are they doing? What are they telling us? Right now we're getting a lower high, right? So that's something important because if that is the case, right, on the daily, remember we have to mark our range too, but on the highs and lows, this is our range right here. This is, we're doing pink, but this is a range for high and low. So right here, this is what's going to happen on the day. So we're going to come down here. We could bounce. Right? That's what I see as possibility. Definitely could play out. Let me send it over. Okay. Big possibility there. So, you know, that it's all about possibilities. What are our next possible scenario? Okay, so my next step is my trend lines. Remember, let's focus on our trade. Let's erase everything. So right here, this zone, what do I want to see? I want to mark my range. So we have the daily POC. What's our range? Remember the previous candle. Turn on your market, your magnet. And my dailies are pink. So I am gonna leave my range there because it's just telling me that's my daily range from highs to lows, right? Really important for me. So now let's go to our 4 hours. What is the 4 hours telling us? 4 hours is telling me this is gonna explode. I just realized that right now. Wow. She's gonna short squeeze. Oh, wow. I just saw it. Hold on. Hmm. She's gonna squeeze. She's right into major support. Yeah, look at that. No, I just told my Discord. Sorry, I have to pause this. This is serious. This is a big move. Okay. Back to sorry guys, I'm also chatting with my Discord community. This is big. It's gonna squeeze. Okay, and check this out. So we're right under the daily POC, right? We're above the weekly, and let me write it down because I think it's easier. Okay, so we're weekly support is an orange, right? What is this? This is weekly too. Why is it pink? Is it orange? Am I losing it already? Okay, maybe I'm losing it. Okay. Sorry, I just got excited. Weekly support, and we have weekly, I'm just putting resistance. Is that okay? Because I'm just not a typer like that. Sorry. You get the point. If not, you could ask me what does it mean. Okay, and then we have our daily support. Daily resistance. Oh wow. Interesting. Sorry, I'm thinking, I'm trying to explain my thought processes. But okay, so that's what I need to do. I'm trying to think, I'm going to think out loud so I can help you hear me, what my brain is thinking. So my brain is thinking right now, okay, price action. Okay, I just saw it. Let me just send it to my Discord and then I could explain. It's just so amazing. Okay, copy image. Okay. So where were we? We're in the daily when I realized that, okay? So on my daily, what I notice, okay, I think this is huge, is where price action is located, okay? So you have to understand market structure. So just visualizing it here, what is it telling me? It's telling me that price is being compressed. It's right in between, like imagine a sandwich, right in between the weekly resistance, the daily resistance, the weekly support, the daily support. And I hope you see what I'm trying to explain. Just visualize it, right? Because again, we're not here to assume where she's going or what she's doing. We're here to tell us the possibilities. And by you understanding that it is being compressed, price action is right here, it's gonna make a big move. So what are our targets for the weekly move? Right, this is our weekly. Oh, why is it moved? I just want to make sure support and lower low. You know, I have to go with the lower low. That's another thing, okay? I think it's important to bring up right now. The reason I'm going with the lower low is because it's the lowest point from this contraction phase. Okay, and I hope I don't throw you off with that. But if we go back to our weekly, you can see the print in higher low and higher low. So that's why I'm attaching those two trend lines. I knew something was missing. Okay, so it's important for me for you to understand why that weekly trend line was set that way. How many indicators is too many? I have, there's no such thing. I think that I just use that one because it's so cool. They all help me because I'm a visual technical analyst, right, Mr. Hunter? So I need to use the tools that help me get where I'm at. So if you don't need any tools, wonderful. There's a lot of people that, like, in the end, it's all mechanics for me. In the end, I don't know if you've been following me, but to get to the point where I'm headed right now, I teach technical analysts. I teach you how to set your trades to that point where you could sniper your entry because you know where it's going, right? And for me, it's important to go through everything, and the tools that I have help me, right? So I do have 10 and they're all for like different time frames, right? So like the traders one I only use on the monthly. The RSVVB I only use when I feel like there's a squeeze coming or there's a big compression, just like I showed you. That's the only reason I use it. I don't know what else it's used for. Supply and demand too. I check my supply and demand. You have to, the flow indicator, I like to know where the flow is. Sessions, this is only for scalping, right? My sessions indicator, I only use it when I'm scalping the 1 minute and I'm quick, in and out, in and out. So they all have their tools. So they're just tools. So there's no such thing, you know, how many tools does it take you to make a house? Some, you know, it could take 50 tools. Some it could take 1 tool, if that makes sense. Right? For me, just the way, you know, I chill with my charts. I vibe with my charts. I need my tools. I need everything look cute before I make my decision. It's just the way I trade. So am I daily. So keep whatever works, use it for you, and whatever doesn't work, and you'll see me use all my tools. Not in it, I don't use them at the same time. But anyways, back to this. I was in my daily. Okay, we got our daily range. Oh, that's another thing, guys. Oh yeah, I did. Okay, so the range, the weekly, the POC, everything's here, but we are under the weekly trend line. Okay, and for me, my trend lines are big. Even though they could break back to the upside, that's perfectly fine. But I'm also aware that it's a trend line break to the downside. So this for me could have been broke down, retested, and then it could have been a fake out to the upside, and now we're back down here. So this could have been the retest for the weekly. Do you see how that speaks? Like, just visualizing, it speaks to you and tells you, okay, this could be it or not. All right, let's go to our 4 hours. What do we focus on? Our 4 hours. Our 4 hours is about our contraction phases. What are contraction phases, right? Contraction phases are accumulation phases that are sideways, where price action is held, so the market makers could set their orders in, right? They're thinking. So guess what this is? This is a beautiful contraction phase. And guess what's after a contraction phase? A beautiful trend phase. Beautiful trend phase. So right here. So this is a beautiful contraction phase. And within this contraction phase, I'm just, I think personally, this is just a great way to keep your skills, you know, keep practicing. It's a rinse and repeat game. Highlight your contraction, you know, phases for you to learn that, okay, this is contraction phases, for you to visualize. So this is a trend, right? And now it's plus. This is a, so right here on my contraction phase, what is my contraction phase doing on the 4 hours? Let's focus on that now. Okay, so I like to use pivot highs and lows. And I'm actually going to go in a smaller time frame because it already looks like a flag. Right, and I'm just going to set, and this was on my 4 hours. So this is going to be a 4-hour trend line. You see it? Those are my 4 hours. We're in the 4 hours. So one touch, this high, next, beautiful. Okay. And what is going to be my support trend line? I'm going to go with the higher, the lowest point from this contraction phase. Okay. From this low, even though we're crossing some trend lines, it's fine. And the only reason I say it's fine this time around, because I'm going with the structure of, right? I'm going with the low, the higher low, the higher low. That's 3 touch points. So that's why I'm using this trend line. This looks bearish, guys. Ooh. Am I calling it? Am I calling it? I have to wait. I have to wait, right? Let's be patient. This looks good for a short. I'm gonna be a good girl. I'm gonna behave, focus, educate. Damn. Okay, hold on. Hey, all this work, I gotta take some good trades. This is your 4-hour range. Wow. Yeah, she looks good. Hold on. Let me share this with my people. Wow. Yeah, that's a good trade right there. That's a beautiful setup. Okay, let's form some structure. Nah. Right? Let's always be prepared for anything. Okay, those are my possibilities. It's gonna be an interesting setup, right? So in the 4 hours, what do you want to see to take a trade? That's another thing. Write your strategy down. Are you gonna go short here, long here, because I think it's gonna go down? No. So what do we need to see? What is your strategy to take a trade? Answer that question. Write it down. If you're part of my Discord, you should know this. You should put it in the diary section. But I need to see trend line breaks. I need to see support and resistance. I need to see my range break, right? That when I talk about support and resistance, I talk about my range here. Right? So what's going to happen, I wanted to confirm a break, retrace, and continue to the downside. I want this to break to the upside, retrace, and continue to the upside. Right? Why are we rushing? If we get one good trade a day, that's all you need. One good trade a day. Just focus. Take the time of just trying to play around, focus on setting up that trade, that chart. Like right now, I've been here, what, like an hour? I'm still, getting there. I'm in my 4 hour. Like, everything takes time, patience. Like, why are people rushing things? I don't understand. Like, everyone likes to, like, just chill, right? Just survive with Mother Earth. And, like, there's no rush, though. Like, she ain't going nowhere. You're still right there, right? And I just want to prove this. Like, beautiful, beautiful tight range. The 2 hours is right in between the 4 hours. So it's just telling us that, you know, the range is getting tighter. Oh man, she's gonna fall. Sorry. I'm just gonna eat my apple quietly because I short the market. And this is what I'm talking about. This is beauty. This is, man. Imagine like making your rent just by you focusing. That's all. Like, stop the noise. Stop listening to anyone. You focus on setting up your trade. Okay? Once it's ready, it'll be beautiful for fall. So if it doesn't, it's okay. That got me excited. So we're right here. So what do, right? Put some alarms. You have your major. What do we have? Major support here. Right? While you're waiting, I've been in the charts 1 hour and I'm gonna get paid really good. Trust me. You know, and it's like, think about it. I put in an hour of charting and I'm gonna make a full day's worth of trading on a quick. Why? Because I took my time, right? I took my time. I came in, I had no expectations, and I'm gonna take this beautiful one good trade a day, guys. It's all about setting your charts. It's about believing in yourself, understanding the mechanics, using the tools that you need to use, and just take that beautiful one good trade a day. Let's see if it falls right now. Let's see it. Let's watch it. Hello, hello. Okay. I hope you guys could hear me. I just came back. But yeah, like, I hope you really learned something. I hope you really embrace it and hope you truly see, you know, that. Oh, what happened to my screen? I don't know. But I'm gonna go ahead and celebrate with, I don't know what's wrong with the screen. Anyways, so intuitively, I would have probably jumped in the short already, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's just beautiful to see your charts. It's beautiful to understand, like, this is it. This moment in time is your make or break. This moment right here, it's like, just focus. Just focus, commit, and understand. Okay, just wait. Because why even rush it? It could, this is exactly what it could do. Right? So be at peace. Set your alarms. Go have dinner. Right? Crossing down. Crossing up. And let her choose. Let her choose. She will choose. She will guide us. And wherever she goes, we'll be there with her. Right? I hope you guys learned. I hope you guys enjoyed. That's my screen. But I truly do. This is a beautiful game, guys. Learn how to play the game, baby.